have the great pleasure to have some Derby girls. What? Dewey.
Hi.
Dewey Decibel. Ginger Brute.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
coming on to Gamers on Game. Derby Girls is beloved by the Santa Cruz County, as you probably know.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And we
feel it. We feel the love.
You feel the love. And we got some local events. I just want to get up right away. The season home opener is at the Civic on February 18th. Buy your tickets at santacruztickets.com. I got to tell you, folks, it sells out every time. You sell out your whole seasons, don't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
And a big one is March 17th. And it's the Bombshells versus the Bay Area Derby Girls, Richmond Wrecking Bells.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good one.
That's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I'm not quite sure why this is a big one, but don't miss this rare opportunity.
Oh, for the season opener?
Well, it's the season opener, but what's the big thing about the Bombshells versus Bay Area Derby Girls, Richmond? Is that one of the first?
We've played them a few times, and it's always a big battle, and there's kind of, I don't want to say, there's like a friendly, when you play your neighbors, there's this kind of friendly competition, but like you really want to smash them. If you go up against them constantly and over again, you want to win.
Dewey Decibel is talking to us right now. If you want to see her profile, you can go to their website, Santa Cruz.
Please
Derby
don't.
Girls.
No, that picture is terrible. Don't look.
Now, there's three teams, and Dewey Decibel She plays with the Seabright Sirens, and you're a backup for the Harbor Hellcats.
That's right.
And then the third is the Boardwalk Bombshells.
You got it.
Now, are those the youngsters?
No, that's our WFTDA team, our WFTDA team, and they are sort of the highest, most experienced, top skill Derby girls. So when they play Oakland, it's going to be something to see. Yeah, we've got some. Let's see how many. We've got quite a few gals who've been here from the beginning, and they really know what they're doing.
And the beginning being in 2007.
That's right.
As the first all-female full-contact flat track roller derby league in Santa Cruz.
That's right.
And you guys have over 100 members?
Mm-hmm.
And you're committed to furthering the support of roller derby and giving back to the community. You've been able to raise a whole bunch of money for local community nonprofits. It says here you've donated over $24,000 and over 650 volunteer hours. And this is all going to 32 nonprofit schools and community groups here.
Yeah, we do a lot of work. And then, we saw you at the next days.
I know, it's so great.
Volunteering on skates.
I'm like, are you a Derby girl? What? Are you going to be on my radio show on Monday? It was so great. That's how Dewey and I got to meet. We had never met before, and there you were. You guys were volunteering.
We were both there, yeah.
You were volunteering for the next season. What they were doing is they were rolling around on their roller skates and offering people hors d'oeuvres and taking dirty dishes and stuff
on cobblestones with trays on skates.
I know.
Yes,
I was so scared for you.
It's
but
a good ab workout.
None of us broke anything. We all did really well.
Well, you're professionals, obviously.
Good agility work.
Ginger Brute, you were there too.
Yeah.
How many other Derby girls were there? Do you remember?
It was 4 of us.
4 of us. Yeah, you guys really were working it too. It was fabulous. I had the great pleasure of taking my family to the Derby Girls last season for the first time, and talk about whoop, hollering fun, whoop up, and that it was the whole family. Everybody loved it. And do you know how hard that is for a family? My son was 20, my daughter's 13, my husband. Everybody's got different, needs or, likes and dislikes. But boy, we all came together for the Derby Girls. And when I looked around, that's what the audience was made of. Y'all are beloved across the strata of ages.
It's a really broad appeal.
It is.
Yeah, you can be into the sport of it or the showmanship of it. It's a spectacle, but it's also really athletic, and I think sometimes guys can really get into that.
Yeah. And it's a little complex.
Yeah, just a little.
When luckily there was a really big projection of as the points were being made. And at the beginning, and I was really grateful for this, they go through what the rules are. Now, Ginger Brute, would you mind terribly just giving us as quick as you can, how do you do the Derby Girls? How do you play?
Yeah, try to think of it really simply without a lot of terminology, but it's essentially sort of a race between two different skaters, one on each team, and they're the point scorers. So they race around this oval track, and in the track, the obstacle is a pack of 8 girls, 4 from each team, and the point scorers, the jammers, need to get through this pack of girls, and for each girl they pass of the opposing team, they get 1 point. And so the girls in the pack, the blockers, they want to help their jammer get through to get points and stop the other girl from getting points.
That's right.
And so you can do it by knocking her out of bounds, knocking her down, whatever you got to do.
But it's an interesting contact because you can't elbow them.
No, you can't play
and you
dirty.
Can't grab the hair. You can't be grabby, scratchy.
No.
But you can push.
You can push
with your hips, with your chest, with your back.
With your butt.
With your butt. The butt would be the best one, too. But yet, I didn't really see anybody get hurt when we saw the team. Everybody seemed pretty fun.
As long as you're not playing dirty, it's safe.
It's safe. Things happen. I mean, I've seen noses been broken, and there's injuries. We can both attest to that. We've both been injured.
You just came off of a broken ankle, right?
I did. Yeah, I broke it in July.
And Ginger, how did that happen?
I fell wrong. It wasn't even like an epic story. Like, no one hit me. I just fell weird and broke it.
You can still lie.
I know.
Something amazing happened.
No.
So you have a young girls team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Groms. We call them the Groms.
Groms. Yeah. And how old are those girls?
They're from ages 10 to 17 years old. The average age is probably around 15. We've got some on the younger end and then quite a few on the older end because they've aged, as the program's gone on. This is our 3rd year of having the Groms. I'm one of the coaches of the Groms. There's 8 of us, 6 to 7, 8 coaches. We're just starting our new season. In fact, today is our first practice.
Yay!
Right after this, I'm going
with the Groms?
Coach the Groms, yeah.
And where do you practice?
Same thing, our warehouse on the west side, yeah.
You have a warehouse on the west side?
Yeah, we rent a warehouse.
Is it over like in the Owl building, or
it's over
close
on the
near
west
the Wrigley
side.
building?
Yeah, all that industrial space over there. And so the league has been formed since 2007. The Groms have been in the last 3 years. And you told me, Dewey Decibel, that you learned quite a bit from the Groms.
Oh yeah, they're really inspiring. They're just they're so tough and they're so excited to play, and it's wonderful to see them. They sometimes play pre-bouts before our adult bouts, and they also have a game on May 6th. So mark your calendar for May 6th if you want to see kids. It's actually going to be a double header, the Groms and the Sirens. So that'll be a lot of fun for me. I'm going to be really all over that bout. It's during the day, so it's a nice matinee. So if you want to take your kids to go see young girls playing the game,
will it be fabulous. At the Civic?
At the Civic.
And all of this information can be found at the Santa Cruz Derby Girls, SantaCruzDerbyGirls.org, and you could go to their website, which is chock full of great information about the 3 teams in our league: Boardwalk Bombshells, Harbor Hellcats, and Seabright Sirens. And it's the beginning of the 2012 season, folks. I got to tell you, it's going to sell out. It sells out every year. And the games are at the Civic Center in downtown Santa Cruz.
It's a great venue. We have teams coming from other places, and they get excited about playing our venue because a lot of teams play at roller rinks where the audience is sitting in folding chairs on a flat surface. And we've got this great stadium seating, so there's not a bad seat in the house. I mean, it is great, and it's loud. The fans are really engaged, so it's a good show.
Yeah, the people are very engaged, and it's great. Like I said, you see these little kids, you see these old folks. Everybody is just having good old-fashioned fun, because this is a 50s sport. Do you know anything about how did the Derby?
I know, this is one of my weak points. It's funny because, I'm a librarian, so when I want to know something, I look it up and I read it and I know it, and then I forget it. And when I want to know it again, I look it up again. So there are lots of great books about the beginnings of Derby, but a big name is Jerry Seltzer. I guess in the 50s, a lot of it was co-ed. A lot of people tell me in the 70s they used to watch it on TV, and that was much more
all
theatrical.
The time. The Bay Area or the
Bay
Bombers. Yeah,
and there was a lot of elbows and breaking folding chairs over people's heads and all kinds of crazy stuff. And now it's a sport. It's a lot different than its beginnings. So
yeah, I think it came back maybe a decade ago in Austin, and it's just sort of blown up since. And now it's everywhere. It's worldwide. It's huge.
It's a new millennium sport, kind of flashback from the 50s, and I hear it's very big in the East.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the Bay Area, obviously, we've got a lot of other teams that y'all get to compete against.
Yeah.
And just in the Bay Area alone. How far do you travel to meet your other?
Oh wow! I mean, our bombshells have traveled the country. They were in Florida last year. They think they're going up to Eugene next month. So there can be a lot of travel.
And how about for the Seabright
Clinics? I think
keep it a little closer to home, but we're going to be going
Ventura
to
and Bakersfield.
A
little bit of travel. Yeah, Bakersfield.
Yeah, that must be fun.
Yeah,
people needing some fun over there. How about Los Angeles? I bet there's a bunch of derby going on there.
There is.
LA Derby Dolls. They have a banked track and flat track. They have it's called the Doll House or the Doll Factory. It's called the Doll Factory, and they have a bank track set up, so they own their space, or they have some deal where their practice space is the same as their performance space. That's one reason flat track is so popular, because you can do it in a parking lot. You don't need a big infrastructure or a big thing to set up. So
yeah, that's what's different now than the Derby of the 70s, is it's played on a flat track.
Oh,
a lot more accessible.
All of them are played on the phone.
Most are.
Yeah.
LA, San Diego both have bank tracks, and then you have to find other bank tracks
commonly flat.
I'm thinking of the Drew Barrymore movie.
Whip It.
Yeah. That, I think, probably reflected kind of the zeitgeist of roller derby girl, recent.
I think it inspired a lot of women to want to go out and try it.
And inspired a bunch of people. I think that it kind of did both. It turned on a lot of people that weren't aware of it, and I know Santa Cruz was already on top of it.
Yeah,
we already knew what was going on before that movie came out. Yeah.
So Dewey Decibel, tell me, what got you interested in body slamming other women?
Well, I knew that my neighbor Roxy Scarmichael, another neighbor, had said, she does derby, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So I thought I'd better go see her. So a friend and I went to go see, and I was inspired just by the grace of it all. It was just the jammers, especially, I gotta say a shout out to Sheila, Princess of Power. She just had this elegance getting through the pack as a jammer. And I dance. I've done salsa for 10 years, and I'm really excited about that. So just the beauty of it. It wasn't necessarily the big slams and the violence and the hitting. Like, that's the part that I've had to kind of learn. Like, you got to understand, I'm just a mild-mannered librarian who,
does salsa dancing on the weekend.
Yeah, and now I've, hit girls. I don't want to say the other word that we usually use for that. But,
thank you. But you are well padded.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
You put elbow pads and knee pads, and I'm assuming butt pads. And
no butt pads.
No butt pads.
That's optional.
Oh,
fleshy
you
butts.
just have to eat a lot of ice cream.
Then
you're set.
Is that a part of your workout regime? Your
training?
Like a horse, because you're working out. What is it like? 3-4 times a week, like 2 hours of roller skating hard. You're eating a lot to replace all that, burned energy.
Derby Decibel. Ginger Brute, tell us, what got you going into this crazy sport?
Yeah, my sister plays for the Bay Area Derby Girls, and she started about a year before I did, and I didn't really know anything about it. And when she was first getting started, she took me to a game up in the city, and it was Bay Area against Santa Cruz. And I mean, we have a little bit of friendly competition since we're a year apart, and it was a little like, if she can do it, I can do it. But watching it was pretty incredible, and I just wanted to try and got hooked. It's awesome.
How long have you been?
It's been, I think, a year, almost a year exactly. So
it must have been disappointing when you broke
getting hurt.
Yeah,
it sucked.
Yeah,
but I feel 100% now. So
that's
done.
Wonderful. It's over.
It's over
in the past. No, we won't even ever talk about it again. We got the Santa Cruz Derby Girls. The 2012 season opener is happening February 18th at 6:30. buy your ticket now because it's going to sell out. It's at the Civic Center, which is the Santa Cruz Derby Girl Stadium, obviously. And you can go to santacruztickets.com to buy your ticket, or you can also visit santacruzderbygirls.org to get all kinds of information, great pictures, and see the whole season. You can also buy a whole season pass, which I think a lot of people do, which is why it gets sold out so quickly. And there's drinking. There's a
little bit.
There's playing. And
there's an after party. We have great sponsors. I want to just also shout out
our
sponsors. Hula's a fantastic. I mean, they're all great. I can't possibly name them all, but some that really come up a lot. Like every single day I play, I'm wearing a Bell helmet that was, by
created
our sponsor.
By the Bell helmet.
Hula's is a great place to go after a game. They're one of our sponsors, and then the Blue Lagoon has our after party after the bout. So there's a way to hang out with the Derby girls and party with us after the games too.
Yeah. So Hula's is kind of before, and then Blue Lagoon is after. Or?
Yeah, grab a quick bite after, and then go dance.
Yeah.
After.
so you can go dance with the Derby girls
for sure.
Who are your new heroes? As soon as you see them, believe me, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to be empowered like that. So the SCDG is the official league for Santa Cruz.
Right.
And there is the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, WFTA, WFTDA. And it's just like the NBA for the basketball teams, except this is for roller derby girls.
Correct.
So only for women.
Correct.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, there are men's leagues, and I think they go play by those same rules. I'm not exactly sure because we don't have a men's league here in town. We have a lot of men who are involved behind the scenes on our board,
refs, and
referees, on our committees. When you said there's 100 people in our league, not all those people are skaters. Some of those don't skate at all. There's a lot of people that keep this running, this nonprofit going.
Oh, that's wonderful. I just love it. I just love how our community really embraces something and rallies behind it. And that's what they've been doing with the Santa Cruz Derby Girls now. It's just so much fun. And then again, there's the youth league, Santa Cruz Derby Groms. And then there's the junior which is the SDG's junior derby program, and there's also a junior ref program.
Exactly, yeah. One of my neighbors, I'm going to say, hi, Bruce Lee. He's a great ref.
Yeah, and the refs have to be just as good a shape as they are roller skating around the whole time. They don't take breaks. They don't get to sit down like the Derby girls do.
Yeah, they're tracking us.
They are. They're tracking. And
I've tried, and it's actually incredibly difficult. I tried to ref like a scrimmage, and they do a lot. It's really tough.
It is. And then you have to be able to count while you're doing
pay
all
attention to the game and remember all the rules.
And there's a lot going on.
And there's a lot of rules. I mean, it's
a lot.
Like I said, it's really, if you don't know how to play or you don't know the game yourself, and just go, because they have this great huge projection that's tallying up the scores, letting you know what's going on. My kids got it right away. It took me a little bit long.
You're like, where's the ball? That's what a lot of people say.
Where's the finish line?
Where's the finish line? There's no finish line.
Keeps on going.
It's just interesting.
It's a circle.
I think it's like one of the only sports where players are having to play offense and defense at the same time. So it's really, it looks kind of brutal, but it's actually a really kind of thinking players game. And those are the players and teams that I'm always sort of most impressed with, is girls who can think strategy while all this is happening around them.
And we've got some amazing strategists on the Boardwalk Bombshells, the Harbor Hellcats, and the Seabright Sirens. I mean, it's really amazing how quickly you can see the ones that really know what they're doing and how to get through. Like you were saying, Dewey Decibel, the elegance of getting through a pack of women that are ready to slam you or trying to slam or get to you. It's
exciting. It'll get your adrenaline pumping for sure.
While watching too. You don't have to play it. You could. So how would I be able to do more with the Derby girls? Let's say I want to be a ref. How would I be able to go about doing that?
Well, at our website, there's a contact us link, and there's lots of different emails for different or parts of the committees, different parts of the organization. So there's a ref email, there's the board. I mean, all else fails if you say, hey board, can you direct me to somebody, I want to do XYZ, and they can forward your email to the proper person.
And let's say I wanted to get my 13-year-old daughter involved.
Then you would email groms@derbygirls.org. We just had tryouts, so we're set for our season. But we may have some sort of boot camp in the summer. So it's worth it to just hit the Groms up and say, hey, let me know what the next thing is. And then we can put you on our mailing list, and whatever comes up next, we can let you know. We generally have tryouts December or January for the next coming season.
Okay, so December or January. And then there's refs. Was there a party for the refs last week or this week? I remember I
saw some photos of refs playing
last week, I think
Foursquare.
They had a Foursquare party. Yeah, that happens in the warehouse.
It looked like they had a party. I don't know.
There was something I remember reading
I saw some photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're interested in reffing, I think there's always spots, because there's the refs and there's the non-skating officials. And again, like I said, there's a lot of people who don't skate who help the league work, people who take stats. And I love these people, being a librarian. I love the geeks who are like crunching the numbers and looking at people's statistics and figuring out, all the rules and what's happening with the game. It's really important.
Yeah, and there really is a place for anybody who wants to volunteer at the Santa Cruz Derby League. There's also those people that come around and they kind of protect the Derby girls during the break.
That's all league members, yeah. That's mostly our fresh meat and skater squatters.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, the up-and-comers.
The up-and-comer refs, Derby
everyone.
rollers, yeah.
Skaters, too.
Yeah.
And for skaters, we implemented a boot camp program. And that started, I think we just started our third boot camp.
Yeah, so it's rolling
as a
right
league.
Now.
Oh. And so we have some girls potentially becoming skaters soon.
Wonderful.
New skaters, new fresh meat.
This can be a long process. It's a lot to learn.
You're in for a while. It's not like you can
You're in for the long haul.
Yeah. Again, the Santa Cruz Derby girls versus the Santa Cruz Derby girls.
This game
the black and white.
Unlike any other game we've really had. This is going to be a mix of all three teams, the Bombshells, the Hellcats, and the Sirens. So it's going to be a mix of veterans and rookies. And I'm personally super stoked for it.
Yeah.
This is a rare matchup, folks. And the date is Saturday, February 18th. The bout starts at 6:30, and they play at the Civic Center. It's a great venue, or what we like to call it, the Santa Cruz Derby Girls Stadium. Again, buy your tickets early, folks. It will sell out.
Yes.
Parting words. What's your favorite thing about the Derby Girls?
My new friends that I've made through the league. It's just incredible meeting strong women who want to do something together, doing the community service that we do, the Groms, just the people. The people are number one. Just having a family in Derby is wonderful.
Dewey Decibel, Ginger Brute. Tell me, what's your favorite thing?
Yeah, I really agree. I think just being part of the league is really fulfilling to me. And a friendship, and it's community, and we do a lot. It's more than just roller skating, which is a blast. But there's more to it. And that's the part I really like.
Hey, if you missed any part of the show, please do not be afraid, because I will have the broadcast and the video of these two beautiful Derby girls on the website. And you get to see it and hear it, and any links, all of that stuff will be up at Artist on Art. Please stay tuned for the wonderful Unfiltered Camels. This show has been running for 20 years now, over 20 years. Wow. So that's up next, Middle Eastern, Mediterranean type crazy music from India to...
It's my commuting music when I'm leaving school. I always catch it.
Hey, thanks everybody for listening.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dewey Decibel, Ginger Brood. Woohoo, everybody. Yay. Thank you for listening, everybody, and stay tuned. KZSC Santa Cruz.